an evil world we live in.
If I do, it should be my decision. So even if I do the wrong things, I should just be ready for whipping because I went to it. Yeah, those are the. Yeah, I remember the belt night. They were very tough. Yeah, but that's how I was raised up. Yeah, if you do a mistake, come back home, get the belt. Like so, everything I had to try my best, just to be straight, to be responsible. Whatever I'm doing, it's mine. You know, it's me. Because at the end of the day, it adds up. It's my foundation of what life I'll have in the future.
Just to pick up from when we stopped, right? I don't know how your dynamics, but let's look into the future a bit, right? Let's say marriage happens.
Yeah.
You guys plan to have kids?
Yeah, we should do.
Okay. So now, I want to know what type of, let's say, upbringing you plan to give them, right? Because I know you are a bit traditional. I can see.
No.
You're not. But you mentioned...
What?
Wait. Okay. The first, let's say, sign of a traditional woman is a woman who's submissive, right, to her husband, right? And I think you already mentioned that you are.
Did I say I am?
She
no,
said
I just
she
said
can-
he has influence on my decisions.
Yeah.
And you mentioned you follow his...
No, I said I make my own decisions, but
Okay.
he has influence on them.
Okay.
Because I trust him and yeah.
Okay, all right, so...
And I think he's smart and I usually try to take also his decision, mix it with mine and then my own.
Okay.
Maybe he said something.
No, because Tony asked if when I say, if he asked me if you're submissive,
Yeah.
and I said, if I propose, if you can do something or suggest, usually do it. But if it's out of your borders, you're like, no, thank
So
you.
ask him also if he's submissive to me.
So are you submissive?
I usually listen to her.
You
What-
see, like it's not like, you know.
Yeah,
So
I usually,
Because-
it's kind of, it's not submission, but more of sharing
Exactly.
our decisions and
All right.
yeah.
So I'm not
roles.
gonna. I'm gonna retract my.
Rephrase your question,
My question.
Mr. Producer.
Okay, my bad. But I'm not gonna give my inputs in, submission, which way it goes, right?
True.
But you guys plan on to have kids, right?
Yeah.
So are there any specific values you want to impact into your kids in terms of how modern society is working right now? Any specific values that you want to impact in them?
Yeah, I would like my kids to be, excuse me for the chocolate.
Let's start with this. Let's go values you want to impact in your son and versus your daughter.
For me, the most important is just to make smart decisions and be independent. Like that's one of the things I've come to have, that I can stand on my own, yeah? Like also them to stand on their own.
Yeah, being independent is it's very much needed, but I think usually men are brought up in those ways, right? Versus, because when you say being independent, my mind goes to videos of women coming out on TV and saying, I'm an independent woman, I pay my bills, I do this. Of
Totally
course,
understand.
As an adult, right, you have to be independent.
Yeah, but you have to show them the way as soon as possible. Because I wouldn't like a kid who will be like, hey, father, I would like to have a phone. Hey, father, I would like to have this. I would like to have this, I would like them to also have an idea of, he struggles to give me this, or he has to do this for me to have this. So it's not a matter of just asking and getting, It's a matter of putting in the work to get it, yeah? Like I like them just to be obedient. Just smart.
Let me start going direct questions, right?
Sure.
Yes.
Direct questions, because I was trying to lead up to the questions.
No,
but
good, yeah.
Now, talking about gender roles, right? How do you plan to bring up your son? Because, fine, in this modern day, traditional values are becoming less and less, right? Men are not as men as they used to be before, right? So in this day and age, right, what values, specific values concerning to gender roles do you plan to impact in your kids? You can also think, especially for the male child.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out.
I would like the kid to be able to make his own decisions. Like if he feels to going into some direction, to be able to make the decision, you know, and go there. Even if it's wrong, of course, before there is mother, father, blah, 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 friends, like many conversations. But even if he decides to go there, or she, in this case, let's do it, you know, and learn on their own mistakes, because there'll be again 20, 30 years difference between us, same as us and our parents, you know. So the times changes all the time. And yeah, we did some mistakes. We can tell them, hey, don't go there because we already passed through this, you know, it's a bad decision. But it's good if they'll go, and then maybe for them it will be a good decision, you know, so that they can really decide for themselves.
But if it comes to the roles, as the kid feels like, I wouldn't force my kid to tell him, hey, if you grow up, you have to do this because this is only what men do, or this is only what women do. But I prefer, let it play. Yeah, let it play. I wouldn't want to force my kid to really put some more energy to this because that's what the society expects. Yeah,
which is also to forming their own opinion.
Yeah, because they learn from what they see around. Yeah, if I do a bad decision, they'll learn from me. Yeah.
Yes. So
I would also not like the kid to be afraid to talk to us.
Yeah, which is...
Of course, there is a border of like being a parent, like strict parent, let's say traditional parent, and being this modern parent who's, let's say, a friend, because this is extreme and this is extreme, of course. But me as a mother or John as a father, we should just talk with the kid and not having any topics like we're hiding, you know? Not like... let's say Santa Claus, you know, it believes in Santa Claus till 20 and then it turns out there's no Santa Claus, you know? Like from the beginning, just to explain how the world works, not to be hiding things, so that based on that, yeah, it can just see more things faster and develop faster, and yeah.
So now as a woman, right? So let's say you have a female child, just specifically, right? Maybe 2-3 points. What value would you want your daughter to grow up with? What specific, let's say, mindset you'd want her to take? You know, as a woman in this modern day society.
Could you give an example?
Okay, so I can give you an example
for the male,
for the man. Then you can think about it, right? So if I, let's say, were to get married and I have kids, my male child, what I would try to impact in him is accountability. Take responsibility for every action that you take, right? Regardless of whether you were pushed into it, but it was your final decision. So those are the type of values I'm asking. The reason why I'm asking, right, is also goes back to maybe a bit of those gender role and traditional values, because men, you know, right from birth are brought up in this way. I'm talking about the 80s. Modern day is a bit different, right? So these are the type of values I'm asking, right? So I think you have a few minutes to think about it.
Oh yeah, sure. If she starts, why not? Ladies first.
Let me hear a little bit. Well, okay, let's go like this. What values did your dad impact into you?
The first one was more of, I should stand up for myself. Yeah, whatever I do, it should be my decision. So even if I do the wrong things, I should just be ready for whipping, because I went to it. Yeah, those are I remember the belt night. They were very tough. Yeah, but that's how I was raised up. Yeah, if you do a mistake, come back home, get the belt. So everything I had to try my best, just to be straight, to be responsible. Whatever I'm doing, it's mine. You know, it's me. Because at the end of the day, it adds up. It's my foundation of what life I'll have in the future. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's one important value.
Respecting women.
Yeah, I see it's respecting women too, treating women with utmost respect.
Yeah, exactly.
So now what can you say, maybe from your father's teachings, that these are the core principles you want your son to follow?
If I'll name them in a few words.
Yeah, maybe 3 or 4, just fast-paced.
So, respect women, be responsible, try your best. If you can't make a decision by yourself, ask for advice, because 2 heads are better than 1.
Okay. Are you letting your son play with dolls?
I think I've seen such a video once of if that's what he likes, why not?
Okay.
I wouldn't refrain from it. Let the person grow how he wants. Maybe in future, if I see it affects him negatively because either people look down upon him because he's doing something wrong, it's a matter of now balancing it. Am I ready to take in the harsh words from people outside, or I'm letting my son live as he wants? Because that's how the balance now. That's when every decision you've made in life starts affecting you. Yeah. It's the same as if you decided to be gay, for example. And you're having trouble with the outside world being harsh on you. What do? Do you stop being gay, or do you move to another place where life becomes simple, or do you fight for it? It depends what's there for you. Because for me, if I was gay and I'll have to fight for myself, I'd prefer just moving somewhere else where everyone accepts me, because I don't have the time to start forcing somebody to understand who I am. Okay. And I guess that's the approach I would take to...
Which are the features of the character? Like, there are people who are activists and there are people who just...
because you don't have to be accepted everywhere. That's just a normal thing. You don't have to. Just go to where people accept you.
Would your daughter be an activist type?
Depends on the genes,
Depends on the genes. So maybe if you could maybe give us a few pointers.
I agree also with what John said. Like, I think this doesn't apply only men but also women, or raising up a girl as well. Also, I'll teach kids or girl or boy, as I'm saying, it's the same for me, not to give up, which is important. Like, you connected with staying strong, not to give up. Like, if there is a mistake or if there is a problem or something not goes with how you planned it, it's nothing. You still continue, because if you really feel like going there, just still go there, So this, being also confident, which some people might have problems with that, also depends on the times where we were brought up, when we grown, because it also differs. But also to be confident, I think, which we're learning like the whole life. But
I think those are the primary.
And to respect, but not only women in this case, but in general, to respect people, and also don't judge people, because there are many situations like we think, someone is fat or someone is disabled, but we don't know the story, And there are diseases, there are situations, why is that? But we always, the easiest is to say negative words immediately like that, But not to judge people, to be open to everyone, Not to be, in this case, racist or, not to judge people,